are doing image formation by convex lens, and we have already done our 3 cases. Now in the 4th case, we have the situation when our object is placed between center of curvature and focus to the left side of the lens. And this case is similar to the case we had, case number 4th, that we had in case of concave mirror. So the only difference here is there we had concave mirror and here we are having convex lens, but the case is almost the same. So if you remember, in case of concave mirror, when the object is placed between center of curvature and focus, then image is formed beyond focus, if you remember. Since that was mirror and mirror offers us reflection, so the normal case is when image is formed to the left side of the mirror. But here we are dealing with lens, and lens offers refraction, so the normal case would be when image forms to the right side of the lens. So but rest of the thing remains the same. So if object is placed between center of curvature and focus, then after refraction we should get our image that would be beyond focus. See here, 2f2 is the center of curvature and our image a dash b dash is forming beyond the center of curvature, and the two rays are the same. So this is the simpler concept. In case of convex lens, we deal with only these two rays, the one which is coming parallel to the principal axis, which after refraction goes through principal focus, and the other one which is directed toward optical center, it just emerges without deviation. So here the point of intersection of two rays is beyond center of curvature and also below the principal axis. So that means our image is going to be inverted. And since in case of lens, if image forms to the right side of the lens, it is considered to be the normal case, which is the real and inverted case. So position of object is between 2f1, which is our center of curvature, and f1, which is the principal focus. Position of image is beyond 2f2, that is 2f2 is again the center of curvature but beyond center of curvature. So here we have the position. As you can see that this portion, this height seems to be larger than this height. So our size of image is enlarged. A dash b dash is greater than AB in this particular case. Now the nature of image is real and inverted. So in case of lens, whenever image forms to the right side of the lens, the image is always real and inverted. Inverted because we can see that the point of intersection of two rays is below the principal axis, and if the image is inverted, then it is got to be real, because erect images are considered to be virtual and inverted always give us the real image. So this concept and all these cases are similar to the 4th case of image formation by concave mirror. So you can relate it, all these values are the same. Now in our 5th case, we have our object AB placed at the focus. So now again you can relate this case to the 5th case that we had in our case of concave mirror, and if in that case object is placed at focus, the image is always formed at infinity. So again, since it is a lens and it would offer refraction, so light rays would pass through it. But again we have these two rays, so the first one which is coming parallel to the principal axis after refraction will go through the principal focus, and the other one which is directed towards optical center will just emerge without deviation. So without doing anything, we can easily see that these two rays emerge as parallel rays. So we know that parallel rays actually don't meet. So even if they would meet, we say that they would meet at infinity. So this is, the image would form at infinity, and since the base of image always lies on the principal axis, so if you consider it, and wherever goes the point of intersection, the image is going to be highly enlarged. So position of object is at the focus. object is always placed to the left side of the lens. So here we have kept it on focus. So position of image at infinity. These two rays emerge as parallel rays. We don't know where would they meet, and if they meet, it would be at infinity or something. So position of image, we cannot show it here because these two rays are parallel, and for showing the image we need intersection of two rays. So they are not seeming to intersect here, so we just show them with dotted lines. So position of image at infinity. So size of image, it's going to be highly enlarged, because always, since base of object remains on principal axis, similarly base of image also lies on principal axis. So wherever these two parallel rays would meet, definitely at infinity, but the base of image will always be on the principal axis, so it will going to be a very highly magnified image. So our size of image is highly magnified, highly enlarged, and a dash b dash would be very much greater than the size of the object. Since both the rays, they are just going below the principal axis, so even if they would meet, they would definitely going to meet below the principal axis. So the image is going to be inverted, and whenever image forms to the right side of the lens, it is a real image. So inverted images are also real, so the category always remains the same, real and inverted. So this is the same case as we had in case of concave mirror when we put our object at focus. Whenever we keep the object at focus, image forms at infinity. The only difference here being that there we had reflection, so the image also used to form to the left side of the mirror, but here we have refraction, so image should form towards the right side of the lens. Okay, so now in sixth case, which is the last case of image formation by convex lens, we are going to place our object between principal focus and optical center. This is the sixth case, the same case we had in case of our concave mirror. So if we do that, again the two rays that we are going to have is the one which is coming parallel to principal axis, so after refraction it will go through principal focus, that is on the other side, and the one ray which passes through optical center will emerge as it is without deviation. So now these two rays, even if they are showing to be parallel, but they are not parallel, they are diverging rays, so they are just going to diverge as they move forward. So we can never get the point of intersection of two rays which are diverging, because diverging rays never meet. So then for image, we need to find the point of intersection. So if we cannot find the point of intersection in the forward direction of rays, then the only option that is left to us is that we have to extend the rays backward to check if we can obtain the point of intersection or not. So here, yes, we can, and always whenever the two rays are diverging, there is no point of getting point of intersection from them. So they always give point of intersection when they are extended backwards. Always this rule applies. So now we are just going to extend these rays backward, and if we extend them, yes, we get point of intersection here. So now, since the point of intersection lies above the principal axis, so this is going to be an erect image. And as you can see, the image is also forming to the left side of the lens, so it is going to be virtual. Erect image is always virtual. So here the object is placed between focus and optical center. So basically here I have written position of image in front of lens, because here we are not sure that it is definitely going to form beyond center of curvature. You can mention here that it would be beyond, but this case is not sure. The only thing here we need to mention is that the image is going to form in front of the lens itself. See, in all the 5 cases, the image was forming to the left side of the lens. But here image, this is the only case, the last case and the only case when image forms to the left side of the lens. So we can simply write that image forms in front of lens. So here, as you can see, the point of intersection is quite above the principal axis, and we clearly see that the height of image is quite greater than the height of object AB. So there is no rocket science in making all these diagrams, that you have to actually make sure that you should get point of intersection somewhere quite above. You need not to make your diagrams keeping the image in mind, that where the image is forming. You just go, you have to use correct distances, use the scale and measure correct distances, as we know that OF1 is equal to OF2 and O2F1 is equal to O2F2. So once you do this, whenever you will keep your object at any place, you yourself will get the image that we have shown. You need not to specifically or deliberately need to make your image to actually form at a particular point. If you use your scale properly and the position of object, it will come out naturally. The image would naturally come out to be on the respective or the correct position. So you have to use proper scale whenever you draw these diagrams. So here, as the image is forming above the principal axis, so it is going to be erect. And whenever we have erect image, that is a virtual one. There is no doubt about that. So we get a virtual and erect image. An image is forming to the left of the lens, so it has to be virtual and erect. So this step, this whole case is similar to the case we obtain in case of concave mirror, the last case of concave mirror. Here also the things are same. The only difference, I'm repeating again, in all the image formations, the only difference was in case of concave mirror we had reflection, and in case of convex lens we have refraction. Rest of the cases are same. In case of concave mirror, ideally image should form to the left side of the mirror, since mirror is offering reflection. And if image forms to the left of the mirror, it is undoubtedly real and inverted. But in case of convex lens, as it is offering refraction, so ideally image should form to the right side of the lens. And if image forms to the right side of the lens, it will be real and inverted. And if it is not forming toward the right and is forming to the left side itself, then it would be virtual and erect. So today we are done with the image formation by convex lens, and in the upcoming videos we'll continue with image formation by concave lens. Thank you.